One Piece fans have been eating really well in 2021, so much has happened with the manga, great animation, new announcements, you name it. The series is probably most known because of its world building and how great the story is, with so many questions still unanswered. With the longevity of this series, there are a lot of moments that have happened, so I'm here to talk about it. And I actually haven't made a top or greatest moments or my personal favorite moments, so I'm really excited to make this video. But if you guys enjoy regular anime content, then make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out whenever I post one. With that out of the way, my name is Potential Unleashed, and here are my top 10 greatest One Piece moments. I'm just gonna say it, this is what we all wanted. Charles, he is so annoying, so seeing him get rocked in the face, it was well deserved and very satisfying. I was honestly hoping that Zoro would have cut him down earlier, but unfortunately he was stopped by Boney. We even got to learn more about the Celestial Dragons with Boa Hancock and how cruel they are. After seeing everything the Celestial Dragons do and how they treat their slaves, I'm very happy that Charles got messed up. And you would have thought that after getting rocked by Luffy that he would have learned his lesson, but he even tried making Shirahoshi his slave as well. I know Oda doesn't kill off characters like that, but I hope by the end of the series Charles can either be killed or enslaved himself. I wasn't expecting this clash to happen so soon, and as someone who aspires to be a great writer someday, I wouldn't have written it any other way. The thing with MIHAWK is, because he was introduced so early, we got to see the difference in strength between the two off jump. He was fooling around with Zoro, not taking him seriously and fighting him with a pocket knife. He stopped some of Zoro's greatest attacks like the Onigiri. And his secret technique of 3,000 worlds. What I love is this interaction allowed for Zoro's development to start so he could learn more about himself and more about the world. MIHAWK's also a character that we can compare others to who we haven't seen fight as much because he's relative to Shanks and a lot of other top tiers. This is probably the most iconic scene in One Piece, and I did a video going in depth about it, and I'll leave it in the description for you guys, so make sure to watch it after this video. Anything that has to do with Zoro and his development is always a favorite moment of mine, hence why this is on the list. Zoro is someone who originally didn't want to join Luffy and asked him to commit harakiri if he got in the way of him achieving his goal, to putting aside his ambition for the sake of Luffy.
ただし、身代わりのこの俺の命一つで勘弁してもらいてえ。ルフィは海賊王になる男だ。
And he didn't do it for pride or because he thought it was righteous. He did it because he believes if he can't protect his captain's ambition, then his ambition is meaningless. He doesn't even brag about doing it and acts as if nothing happened.
ここで何があった？何も。
I remember people telling me how Oda teased this because after announcing a 4th gear, One Piece went on break for a week, so you had to wait 2 weeks to see what the gear looked like, and boy, it didn't disappoint. And is it weird that this isn't my favorite form in the gear, and it's also not my favorite gear, and yet it made it over gear 2nd, which isn't on this list, but that is my favorite gear? But I had to consider the moment. What makes this scene so great is the atmosphere that was set up. We're in a moment of the climax, all the other executives were defeated and Doflamingo was all that's left. The birdcage, fire, intense music. After both long, Luffy couldn't take down Doflamingo. You could feel this scene had a sense of urgency for why Luffy transformed. And because BOUNDMAN looks kinda weird at first, you didn't take it seriously until Luffy showcased the upgraded speed and how much of a punch it packed. This scene solidified Robin as a top Straw Hat for me in terms of enjoyment and writing, and why she's tied with Boa Hancock as my favorite woman in One Piece. For the longest time, I'd say Enies Lobby was my favorite arc in One Piece, but unfortunately it's been recently passed by Wano. The purpose of this arc was Robin sacrificing herself because she finally found the Nakama she was looking for. However, no one on the crew wanted her to die, so they charged into Enies Lobby. Luffy, a man that's blunt and honest, wanted Robin to say she truly wanted to live, and she did. Filled with so much emotion, she sounded like a woman in distress and someone who wanted to be set free, which is what the scene was about. And I have to say, the differences between her and Enies Lobby going and sacrificing herself to Wano was amazing. One showcases her as a damsel in distress, while the other showcases her fighting for someone else and why she's so strong. We're at the halfway point of the video. If you guys love videos like these, then make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. But with that out of the way, let's get back into the video. Until his battle with King, Zoro wasn't pushed at all in the New World. Now, that's not to say that his fights weren't interesting, however, it just wasn't like it was pre-time skip. What the One Piece time skip did correctly is that it didn't showcase the Straw Hats use everything in their arsenal right off the bat, but it did it in little increments. Zoro showcased that he was able to imbue armor haki into his swords. He was also able to cut PICA, someone whose palm was stated to be the size of a town, and not only did he cut him, but he sent him upwards because of the amount of force and strength that was applied. This is what feels like to me was a major step in solidifying Zoro as one of the best swordsmen in the One Piece verse. There's no such thing as fighting dirty in a battle between pirates. This is one of my favorite lines because of how respectable of a fight these two had. And I have to say, I don't really consider Katakuri a villain. The way that him and Luffy fought, he's more of an antagonist that stood in the way of Luffy, the protagonist. But I love Katakuri for his personality and how he controlled the fight. He saw himself as superior to Luffy, stronger, faster, smarter. Basically, he thought he was better in any and every way. As the flow of the fight shifted and Luffy's haki bloomed, Katakuri gained massive respect for Luffy, where he even fell on his back, which he had never happened before. In the fight, Luffy used my personal favorite gear of the fourth application, Snake Man. The form is a more slick look than BOUNDMAN. His hair is flowing, it reminds me of a Super Saiyan, and he's faster. A fight dependent on seeing into the future and speed. This is a top fight not just in One Piece, but in all of anime. This scene right here is when I knew that One Piece was special. It hadn't been my overall favorite anime, but it was definitely in my top 10. And a fun fact for you guys, did you guys know that this wasn't in the manga? It was originally just Luffy saying he'll help her, that they're leaving, and that he punched the gates. After seeing Nami's fight and all the hardships she went through, we were waiting for Luffy to do something. With nowhere else to run, she asked Luffy for one thing. When the crew started walking, you felt that these guys were special and that they were the East Blue's only hope. Seeing Arlong Park get destroyed was a treat and a great way to end the arc. I don't think there's anything in all of anime I'm more excited to see animated. I've reread these chapters more than I can count, and it's so bad that I can tell you the amount of chapters and what chapters Roof Piece covers. We get to see the older generation and those that are at the top of the pirate world fighting against the up and coming new generation with the ambition to surpass those at the top. This kind of reminds me of a younger sports player going head to head against one of the greatest in the league, still competing at a high level. There are so many great moments showcasing teamwork and how much the characters have grown, where their dreams are now starting to appear in sight. Depending on how well it's animated, the OST used, and if they don't drag out parts and add unnecessary filler, this could move up to being my favorite moment in One Piece. But my all-time favorite One Piece moment is Sanji versus Luffy. The duel between Sanji versus Luffy is hands down the greatest moment in One Piece for me. This is the only moment in the series I remember exactly where I was. I was laying in my bed. I had like the light blue Gatorade in my hand. I was drinking it. It was at like 4 in the morning, and oh my goodness, everything in this scene was perfect. This was peak fiction. The emotion in the voice acting and the atmosphere. Animation was phenomenal, and the OST was beautiful. The scene where Luffy said he can't become king of the pirates without Sanji tugged at the heartstrings. Because we know Sanji didn't want to do what he was doing. Sanji left so his crew wouldn't be in danger instead of trusting them, and in Wano he asked for help without hesitation, which showcases how much he had grown already. Whole Cake Island and this scene specifically did a great job of fleshing out Sanji's character, where I might be in the minority by saying this, but I started liking Sanji a whole lot more after watching this scene. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm recording this on the 30th. I'm trying to get this up on the 31st. It's either going to go up on the 31st or the 1st. So I just want to say Happy New Year to you guys. And I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. So we're going to keep grinding, keep pushing. And I love making content for you guys. 2022 is going to be our year. We're going to really take off after that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. It's on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.